at Splash Hill, still nighttime, we see Bark calling Eggman on a small watch. So not only did you lose Sonic and his brat friend, you didn't find any Chaos Emeralds? Unbelievable! Hey, try to cool it, Doc, Fang said, standing behind Eggman. He had enough problems to deal with already. Eggman glares down at Fang. Don't tell me what to feel. The only thing you'll feel is regret the second my plan fails, 'cause of you all. Hey now, I was gonna say, look on the bright side. We got back one of his friends, remember? You did succeed in that. They will be useful for later. Eggman goes back to Bark, a lot more patient now. Pardon that interruption. Just make sure to get back to the base before those rodents catch up to you. Understood? Bark nods his head in agreement. And so, Eggman hangs up the call. Hurry and go get Bark. And bring your other teammate if you have to. On it, Doc. With that, Fang leaves, leaving us with a new question. Who did he capture? Later, back at Splash Hill, Bark runs to somewhere, and rather if it's known or unknown to him, Sonic, Tails, and Amy are following his trail. Keep going, guys. Bark's not too far ahead. As the trio keeps moving, Tails can't help but look up at the sky. Wow, when you said something strange happened to the sky, I didn't think it would be like this. Hey guys, look up ahead, Amy said as she pointed forward. The three see a big green laser beam shooting all the way from the sky. What do you think that is? It's what's causing the sky to be all green, and now it's taking all the warp rings left and right. Weird. Could it do that before? Don't think so, but I know one thing for sure. It's got Eggman written all over it. As the three continue to follow the yellow polar bear, Bark goes down a steep hill that looks like a chunk of the ground was destroyed. Under all the rubble was a green base, and two familiar faces are seen coming out of the door. Scoffmook, there you are, Fang shouted while Bean simply waved hi. Hurry up and get in here already. And so, Bark followed them inside of the base. The hooligans are fully inside of the base the second the trio of heroes could get any more close to them. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's follow them. Hold on, guys. Look at that up there. Tails points up at the very far top of the base. I bet that's where the green laser is being stabilized in. Huh? Sonic looks at Tails puzzled. That laser is coming from the sky, right? If it's connected to this base, then it has to be keeping it stable somehow. It's not a bad theory. What happens if the base stopped doing that? I don't know. I'm sure we'll get answers sooner or later. Well then, let's get moving. We've got places to be. No need to tell me twice. And so, the trio runs into the base, ready for the unexpected. Sonic, Tails, and Amy make their way through the Mad Gear Zone. This was the inside of the base keeping the green laser powered. With there being many badniks and working traps here, it's best to assume Eggman put these here to stop any intruders. Unfortunately for them, they're going up against Sonic and friends. While Sonic and Amy run through the zone, Tails takes to the skies. With being able to fly with his two tails, he can avoid enemies and get to the far reaches of places. And in case any badniks get too close to him, he can swipe them away with his two tails. This place is built just like Metropolis Zone. Looks like Egghead's starting to run out of ideas for bases. Hey Tails, that guy that tried to help you, do you think they could be here too? I don't know, but I've got a feeling they're not too far. Once Sonic, Tails, and Amy finish the first act, they jump into the warp ring, sending them to the strange space-like zone. With Tails now unlocked as a playable character, now he's able to be chosen as your first, second, or third character. When the first character is picked, they head to a special stage. Characters 2 and 3 do the same. No, I'm on my own again. No, I made it through this place before. I could do it again. Amy runs through the special stage just how she did last time, only here there were more obstacles, which made it hard for Amy to keep her rings. Eventually she stopped taking hits, But just when she thought she had things under wraps, she had no more rings left. Thus, she starts to fade out of the special stage. Oh, just when I thought I had the hang of things. Whoa, made it here in time. No worries, I got you covered. With Amy failing the special stage, Sonic jumps in to help give the team a second chance in getting the next emerald. With him being quick enough, he was able to do better at dodging the obstacles. Once Sonic was done, he collected the 4th Chaos Emerald. Okay, 1 emerald down, a few more to go. As Sonic runs through the next special stage, he has a bit of difficulty. With every time he visits a new special stage, more obstacles start to appear, and collecting more rings becomes even more difficult. By not collecting enough rings, Sonic starts to fade out of the special stage. Shoot, so close! Don't worry, I'm here to help! Tails jumps in to do the stage next. He tries to do his best to do everything Sonic did previously, but with him unable to fly, it's a bit tricky at first. If I weren't busy trying to dodge and collect so many things so fast, I'd fly through this place no problem. Luckily, Tails makes it and collects the 5th Chaos Emerald. There you guys are. You two good? Yep. Check out the Chaos Emeralds we got. Nice. Can we try to take a quick break this time? Oh, fine. Okay, breaks over, let's go. Sonic! Let's just keep going. As the trio run through the next 2 acts of the Mad Gear Zone, they eventually get to a huge pit. Not only did the pit have all 3 of the hooligans down there, but soon a flying computer monitor holding a giant tube came as well. From the figure showing from the TV, it looked like Eggman, but now the heroes had no time to question if it was him now as they rushed towards the pit. Meanwhile, inside the pit, the hooligans talk to Eggman. So you're saying this thing is what's keeping him asleep right now? Precisely. By the time Sonic and his annoying friends show up, I'll open this bad boy and he'll take care of everything else from here. Sonic tells Amy to drop in. Sorry we're late. Speaking of the Blue Devil, so you plan on telling us what you're up to, or are you up to getting your tails kicked again? Fang chuckles. Afraid we can't stay, mate. But hey, you've got a date with an old friend of yours coming up real soon, so that should keep you busy. As Fang finished talking, he quickly takes out a TV monitor, presses a button on it, and slams it onto the floor, causing smoke to cover the entire pit. Sonic for a moment couldn't see what the hooligans were doing with all the smoke in the way, but he eventually sees that the hooligans and Eggman are getting away, and the tube had opened, revealing something inside. Sonic pays no mind to this and rushes to catch Eggman and the hooligans before they can finally escape. But as he does this, the something's eyes begin to glow green. In just a second, the thing zooms and punches Sonic in the gut, causing the hedgehog to go flying in the air. Sonic, while in the air for a few seconds, tries to find out what just punched him, but as the thing jumps up to hit Sonic again, the hedgehog realizes this wasn't a something, but rather a someone, and that someone was Knuckles the Echidna? Sonic was slammed back onto the ground. The impact was so powerful it broke a part of the metal floor. Tails and Amy go to Sonic to see if he's fine after what happened. Sonic, you okay? You're not too hurt, are you? Yeah, I can still stand. We might have a problem, though. As Sonic says that, the Red Echidna looks down on the 3, doing nothing but glaring at them intensely. Is that Knuckles? What happened to him? Knuckles was wearing big metal cuffs all over him. They glowed green, and his look and his demeanor was off. Sonic was the first to point that out. Guys, something tells me that's not our Knuckles. Oh no, don't tell me he's been brainwashed. Knuckles started to grow impatient and got into a fighting stance. Sonic smirks and began to do the same. Only one way to find out. The brainwashed Knuckles makes the first move and charges up a spin attack. The trio thinks fast enough to dodge this attack. The wall gets hit instead, making a loud ringing noise. Before Sonic or the others can hit Knuckles, the Echidna shoots beams from his fist. By using the homing attack to hit the beams away, Knuckles is able to be hit, knocking him off the wall. Shortly after, Knuckles dashes forward and looks for someone to attack next. After locking eyes on Amy, he starts rapidly punching. For that moment, all Amy can do is either run or hit Knuckles enough to stop him from moving. Once Knuckles gets ready to charge up a powerful final punch, Sonic from the other side charges up a spin dash. Amy, seeing Sonic do this, and seeing how she has a few seconds to do anything, takes out her hammer and whacks Knuckles, with Sonic dashing into Knuckles shortly after. The Echidna would quickly try to throw a punch in the air, hoping to catch anyone from high up, making Tails worry for any slip-ups if unable to dodge in the air, which luckily he does. But soon after, Knuckles charges another spin dash. Unable to dodge, Tails spin dashes too. Knuckles, being the strongest of the two, pushes him into the wall. The only way to get out of this attack is to mash. If done wrong, Knuckles will land another punch. But if done right, Knuckles is kicked back, giving anyone the chance to damage the Echidna. Overall, this battle is made to be challenging, which isn't too unexpected given who the trio is up against. So, did Knuckles get tricked into getting brainwashed or kidnapped?
Knuckles is too tough to get kidnapped. Eggman must have messed him apart if he wanted him to.
Hey, do you mind?
We'll talk later.
After a few more hits, Knuckles is worn out, but not done just yet. The brainwashed Echidna zooms to the wall and starts spin dashing in circles, causing lightning strikes to spew out. All the trio could do is dodge the strikes as they spew out 3 more times. The Echidna finally stops, but then soon leaps high up. As he stops, his fist glows bright and zooms back down and breaks a part of the ground, causing shockwaves to appear. Unable to stop the shockwaves due to his fist being stuck in the ground, Knuckles is finally able to be hit. After causing one last hit, the headset on Knuckles is broken, causing the rest of the strange tech to break too. After an intense fight, Knuckles is finally beaten. Unexpectedly, weird energy starts to fly out of the broken tech. Phew, everyone alright?
Mostly. What's that all about? We'll get back on that. Let's finally get out of here first.
Sonic, Tails, Amy, and the unconscious Knuckles all get out of the pit. Afterwards, as they place Knuckles down and all catch their breaths, the Echidna's eyes begin to open. He was finally waking up. Where am I? Knuckles struggles to stand up. Well, easy there, Knucks. You're still bruised up. Sonic? Tails? Amy? What's going on here? Long story, Knucklehead. Good to have you back. Amy and Tails gather around Knuckles, happy to see he's finally back to normal.
Yes, I knew we'd get you back to your old self.
Knuckles was very confused, but the comfort of his friends put him at ease. It's good to see you too, but I'm a little lost in what's going on right now. Tails brings Knuckles up to speed on what he missed.
You were being brainwashed by Eggman, but you're yourself again, so it's fine. I've still got tons of questions. Like, what are you doing so far from your island? And how did Eggman manage to...
Tails stopped talking as he noticed Knuckles wasn't paying attention to him.
Hey, is everything okay?
I'm sensing some strange energy. It's coming from that.
You mean this thing?
Tails picks up and gives Knuckles the black and green wrist cuff Knuckles wore when he was evil. The Echidna glared at the cuff. The energy resonating from it felt oddly familiar. This energy from this thing, it's just like... Before Knuckles can look at it any longer, the glass cracked open completely. The four watch as the green energy leaks out and flies into the strange devices containing more of the green energy. Knuckles stays looking up while the others look on confused. Hey Knux, you know what that was about? Guys, I think I remember why I'm here. The three stay silent. Knuckles began to explain what he could recall. Eggman had even at Angel Island anymore. I was determined. So much so that I chased him all the way to another island. That's also when he finally lost me, though. But I didn't give up. I ran around the zone, looking for Eggman. Eventually, I found him, and Sonic. Knowing how he's always getting into trouble, seeing him wasn't surprising. What did surprise me, however, was when I saw a big green light coming from the sky. And not too long after, that huge light beamed down and blew me back. I woke up from the blast not too long later. I kept searching for Eggman. I was somewhere in a casino area while searching. Hey Nux, did you run into any other bad guys while there? Other than some badniks, no. Why'd you ask? Just wanted to know. Continue. Well, anyways, I eventually found myself searching in some ruins. That's when I found something. It wasn't Eggman. Instead, I found one of his animal capsules. I wondered why there was one down here. So I went up to it and made my presence clear to whoever was inside, and thankfully, there was someone in there. Hello? Is anyone in there?
Who are you?
Listen, whoever you are, I don't know how to explain right now, but I promise I'll get you out of there.
Really? Thanks. There's a button on top of the capsule. If you hit that, you can...
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Unfortunately, Fang came before I could free who was stuck inside. I knew if Fang was the one stopping me, then he has to be up to no good. I told the one stuck inside I'd be right back, and got right to fighting. Fang tried attacking me with his hovercraft, but I didn't give him a chance to lay any hits on me. After busting his ride, I'd soon find that Fang didn't come alone. That's when I went up against Bark. I think I saw Fang calling Eggman while fighting, though. I gave it my all. Bark ended up coming on top, and that's probably how I ended up here. I'm back now, but I never got the chance to save the guy stuck in that capsule. I think I might know where they are. Really? Yeah. Tails, you remember you said someone tried to save you while you were stuck in a capsule, but never came?
Yeah? What do you...
Tails looked on surprise as he started to piece everything together.
Knuckles! Were you the one who tried to save me?
Huh? Yeah, you weren't the only one who got captured. Well, I guess that explains a lot. Glad you're all okay. Same here.
Thanks. Oh, hey, weren't you saying something about that energy stuff?
Right, that. The energy that was brainwashing me. The power is almost identical to the Master Emerald. Sonic, Tails, and Amy looked on confused. What? Are you sure it's not just a coincidence? I'm telling you, it's really similar. Knuckles looked and pointed at the tubes with the green energy. I can't say for sure, but something about the energy feels just like it came from the Master Emerald. Tails thinks and comes up with a theory.
You said Eggman stole the Master Emerald, right? Maybe whatever he did with that might have something to do with this.
That's not a bad theory. But what do we do now? Sonic smirks. I thought that was obvious. We gotta go find Eggman. He's behind all this after all. Now that we're all caught up, let's get a move on. Knuckles agrees with this. You're right. Besides, I've got a bone to pick with him for all he's done. Glad we're on the same page. Now let's get out of here and get to the bottom of this. Amy and Tails follow along. And so, the four get ready to leave the factory, ready to continue on.